Hi all, Aid from whichbike.com here, and here is the selection of bikes that I have on my shortlist for this season 2018. Now I've been away from motorcycling for over a year for one or two reasons, but I'm back. I'm after one, two, maybe three bikes, naked, superbike, sports tourer. Maybe two will do the job of all three, maybe one will do the job of all three. I don't really know, not yet, but these are the 9 bikes I intend to take out. Pause the screen now and see if you can work out what the make and exact model of these bikes are before I go into the details. Okay, first up is the KTM 790 Juke. Now they call this the Scalpel. They do like nicknaming their bikes. Super Duke R is the beast. They just call it the Scalpel because it's based on its agility and lightweight. It's a parallel twin motor, and it delivers about 105 horsepower and has a few advanced electronics. Now this lightweight might make it suitable for someone like me who's a bloody crap rider, which means I can have a lot of fun and not necessarily going to kill myself. Well, not necessarily going to make any bad mistakes, and it might not be as serious as others. Well, here we have the very popular selling Tracer 900 GT, so based on the popular MT-09, but with quite a few refinements. It includes adjustable suspension, heated grips, and a clutchless upshifting with its quick shifter, but not downshifting, funnily enough. Also has cruise control. This makes this a worthy contender. It's a very capable bike, and apparently they've cured the kind of snatchy clutch throttle acceleration issue that it previously had. So I'd be interested to see if the bike is in fact as refined as they say it is. Next up is Ducati's Hypermotard 939 SP. 110 horsepower. Looks like a completely mad dirt bike to me. I was never particularly interested in the look of this bike. However, it's supposed to be a great deal of fun and completely relevant for the track or road. It also looks pretty good anyway, and with the turbo gnonis it's bound to sound pretty special, and maybe I'll give it a bit of a go. You know, I'll lean forward, elbows bent, aggressive style. Hey, I've got to give it a try, haven't I? It's a Ducati after all. Next up, well, this is a bit of a funny one. The Honda CB1000R. Honda themselves call it a Neo Cafe Racer. I mean, it's kind of neither a naked nor a cafe racer, but it's something in between, and it's a Honda, so it's bound to be smooth, it's bound to be decently powerful, although not up to scratch possibly with the others on this list. Bound to be comfortable, and quite frankly, hey, it looks damn good. Comes in a couple of liveries. I think the black looks pretty menacing, so definitely up for giving this one a try, because it at least is new. Next up, Kawasaki's Z1000 SX. A fine looking bike. Now I had been on this 2016 model, and there's a few revisions on the 2017-2018 model. It still looks fantastic. There's nothing quite like the Kawasaki green, and when it zips past you, you always know what it is. It comes in the performance version or the touring version, which basically means it's got the touring pack on it with the panniers. I always thought it was like the perfect all-round bike. I'd be interested to see if it still fits that description, and it could be the one bike that fits all 2 or 3 of my needs. Oh, next up, the utterly bonkers Aprilia. Now this one is the Tuono V4 1100 factory RR. That's the one I'd be looking at. Who got that right when you're looking at them, eh? Of course, this is a massively fast bike, 175 horsepower. It's got cooling ABS, pit limiter, cruise control, Aprilia's APRC, which is highly sophisticated electronic management, and all round a highly regarded motorcycle. And the power was epic. What I did like about the bike on my initial test ride 2 years ago was its super light clutch. But let's see how things have moved on as the game has moved on. Well, here's a funny one. I mean, I owned a Panigale 899, but this one seems to be quite different. Obviously the fairing's different. It's got a few extra bits. And what I didn't like about the Panigale was that it's low slung clip-ons, and my back and my neck and my wrists were pretty much buggered. I had to rest off about 20 minutes or a second, which I never found quite comfortable. So this bike looks like it's going to be more comfortable. So in my eyes, it's worth a look at it. I mean, it's completely different from the other bikes on this list, but if it's comfortable, it is most definitely a contender, because there's nothing quite like a Ducati Super Sport motorcycle. Oh, the KTM 1290 Super Duke GT. Now, this is probably the bike I'm most excited about riding on the whole list. Notwithstanding the fact that the KTM Super Duke R that I took out 18 months or so ago scared the bejesus out of me, almost to the point where I thought I'd just get off it and ring in, tell them to come and collect the bike. It was a bit bloody mad, to be honest. Too much for me, that's for sure. But this one promises like the 160 odd horsepower, but in a kind of sports tourer look and package. So good grief, this could be the bike to end all bikes, but well, let's see how that one goes. Last but not least, the Speed Triple RS, a new model and quite significantly different from the Speed Triple R that I owned 18 months ago. Well, it still looks pretty good. It's quite a heavy bike judging by the old one, and it's down on power from the Tuono and the Super Duke GT. However, extremely capable bike, and it's now got what I believe is a excellent TFT and electronics that can save your arse. You know, the usual anti-mitigation stuff, which are very popular on bikes nowadays, and for good reason. So definitely taking that one out. Well, that's it. I mean, 9 fantastic bikes. They're all similar in many ways, but have slight different nuances, and taking them out is going to be really exciting for me, actually, and I can't wait to do it. As I said, I'm kind of most excited about the Super Duke GT, so long as the modes are there that I can put it in a normal mode that doesn't scare me. Yeah, I know. And after that, well, I've always loved the Z1000 SX. I've never owned a Kawasaki. Then you got the CB1000R, which is pretty different, pretty new on the market. You got the Speed Triple, which I'll probably instantly feel at home with. Then you got a Ducati, which is slightly more comfortable, which was my main problem with the Panigale, which I loved otherwise. So that has to be a contender. The Tuono is the fastest bike on this list. Only a Super Duke R can really stay with it, and just a little bit behind that, probably S1000R from BMW, but I don't really fancy that. Hypermotard, something completely different. Tracer GT, practical, very good value, a lot cheaper than some of these bikes. Super Duke 790, probably the bike that I should get. It's not going to be silly fast, but still a lot of fun and good value. So I don't know, I mean, what do you think? I mean, you know what I'm like, but what bike's right for me, from what you know of me, but what bike would you suggest anyway, and what bike would you actually have yourselves? There's so many to choose from. Something for everybody, a bike for all seasons. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be riding these as I go along over the next couple of months, and I'll be adding my thoughts, and I've coming up with a new scoring system for all the bikes I ride. There's something like 8, 9 or 10 parameters like feel, fun, practicality, etc., which will actually help me in my own mind compare the bikes against each others, and that will definitely help, because as I get to the 8th or 9th bike, I'll have completely forgot what the first or second bike was like. So it's a good reminder for me, and maybe you'll find it useful as well. So on that note, I'm looking forward to my next ride, which I believe is going to be the Speed Triple RS or the Honda CB1000R, but you know, that might change. But look out for my next videos. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe now to see the usual aid, madness and silliness on bikes I completely cannot control. So see you later. Aid out.